Welcome back into the first weekly recap of the FTMO challenge. So as you can see, this is sort of the emotional roller coaster of the first week. This is the first real week of trading that I be making. Let me just remove this. Very nice. It's the first real week of trading that I do in my life, and it's the first week of FTMO. You already know the result so far is minus 2.4%. So it's absolutely normal. It's something that is not easy to understand. Is one of the first emotional things that I found out is that I know that the maximum that I can lose is 10%. Being down 2% already in the first week, my brain just thinks of, okay, I'm going to lose. I'm going to have like other 5 days and then I'm off. But instead, I'm in the way that I'm doing this FTMO challenge is just to experience the real markets as I would be as I was a trader, as a full-time trader. And 2% in a week is absolutely normal. It's absolutely, it's at the end of the week is 1 or 2 trades losses, net losses instead of wins. Yes, it sucks. It's not the best, but it's absolutely reasonable. So it's fine, absolutely fine. So the first thing that I found out of this, let me just let me start with the 4 common fears that are described by Mark Douglas and that I found out to be true on my real life trading. So the first one is, of course, the fear of missing out. This is not manifesting in the way that like a revenge trade, like a I see the move. Sometimes it is, because yesterday, for example, here sort of happened. Here I missed this one, so I took the retest of the same level even without real confirms. This one was a nice confirm, and so it was sort of a fear of missing out. I have the fear of losing, which is that after I take like let's say the first day was the 15th of March. I have the London session in which I take 3 full losses. Going into the New York session was really rough. It was, okay, do I take this trade or not? Because I really think that I might lose. I might lose again. I had also this visualization of me visualizing that my enter and then a candle straight up or a candle straight down to my stop loss. And while all my setups that I was looking, every time at the possible entry, the price was going into the direction. So this is another thing, and explained yesterday in the video, is that I keep visualizing that I'm quite frustrated sometimes that I say, okay, but my trade always have to struggle, always have to take partials because they are being rejected, they are being something, while all the other trades, like for example this one, if I enter a trade in my head, obviously, if I enter a trade here, it will react here, bounce, and then maybe go to my stop loss. The one that I do not take, in a few seconds goes to my TP. Or here, this one, the one that I want to enter doesn't close as I wish. This one is a setup, look how good it goes immediately to the TP. This is my setup, immediately goes shit. If I enter this, so it's crazy because I have fear of losing, fear of taking the wrong trade, and fear of being wrong. Again, is this one? I don't know. If I'm wrong, I will lose another one. Okay, if is this one a good confirm? I don't know, because if I lose, I will lose another trade. So it's quite tricky, but that's the beauty of the markets. Here, I enter here, immediate reaction. I don't enter here, immediately goes to TP. It's crazy. That's crazy. It's something that I still have to really I have to ingrain in myself. Fear of being wrong and fear of leaving money on the table. Sometimes, like here, it's fine because I could take partials. I mean, and also this one, I have the first partials at 30 pips. My only trade after this candle made 34 pips in one candle. My only trade makes 27. So it doesn't even trigger my partials and it goes to break even. So it's quite frustrating. While this one immediately goes to 45, etc, etc. And this one, I take one loss because, as you can see, 15.9 pips, while my stop loss is 15, taken out. I re-enter, luckily, after this candle close. It's not like it goes to 45 again. No, it goes to 25, 25, and I have to take partials here manually because otherwise I will take a full loss. And this is also good when it's like this, but otherwise I will be taking out partials. Maybe after this one it will go 30 pips. I take out partials that would otherwise go to my 30 pips stop loss. So it's also affecting my risk to reward ratio, and it's not good. Okay, these one are the fears that I'm currently having, but of course, being aware of them, trying to get better every single day. Weaknesses that I found is like, for example, trying to enter the first sign of trending or rejection. This is something that is really on the mindset side. So we are here. So far we are bullish. Do I enter here at this first sign of rejection? I don't know, because we are counter trend. We saw reaction and not every time it's good. So for me, this as the first reaction does not have to be an entry. To enter, what I will need is to see like here, reaction, breakdown, retest, or even if this one closed like here, retest, and this one can be an entry. Furthermore, that's why I also was waiting for this candle. This one would have been a nice entry. Now, if it closed slightly below, I would have entered. And this, I have 1, 2, and 3 confirms, not just the first candle setup here. So this is something that sometimes I feel, okay, look at this candle, I want to enter. This is going down. Or here, I have to enter. This is going down. In just some case, yes, but I cannot always fight the trend. It's much easier because otherwise, here, I would have entered here immediately. First sign of rejection, enter sell. No, this is just gambling. With the right confirms, I can and I have to enter. That's the issue. I have to enter here. And most of all, I have to enter here at this candle when I have been acknowledging, I know that this is a very crucial PSA. You can see price was not closing below from a long time. I should have entered. And this one was not counter trend anymore. Here, yes, it's quite counter trend, not in the overall, but one rejection, second rejection, so not enter here, but this entry should have been my entry. This one was pretty clear. Because even for like a few pips, like here, 1, 2, like 20 pips, is still 27 pips, still a good trade. Here, first rejection, I don't have to enter exactly here because it's counter trend. You don't know what happens next. But when you see all these price action bouncing, this candle, if it closed here, would have been already an entry. Confirms, you can enter, for example, here. Stop loss above there, and there you go. You are in trend, and you are not anymore that counter trend. This one is high risk, high reward. This one is much less riskier every time. Look at here. This one is the same entry that I missed here. Break, clean retest, candle setup, entry. This is the easiest entry ever. Look at this. 10 pips, 55 pips, and it goes immediately in my direction. Immediately goes to 30 pips, and this happens not in my trades. I'm not trusting my gut feelings. For example, this one was a gut feeling, and I had a few ones. This one was the gut feeling of not taking it. Yeah, I had other few gut feelings, moments, experiences during this week, and they're very good, but I have to trust them. Missing opportunities due to confidence or second guessing. I just said that. This entry. Now taking trades, losing total confidence and mindset after total losses. It happened in the previous days when sometimes I will take here a few losses or a couple losses in this big, messy markets, or I don't take the sells here. Not taking one. Look at this. This one is the first confirmation. It looks so good, but look, this is counter trend. It's clearly counter trend. Only goes 20 pips, so not worth it. And same here. So I have to be very careful. But 1, 2, 3. This can be a candle setup. Here can be a candle setup. 15 pips, 40 pips. Really, this one is perfect. 30 pips. Look at this. Break and retest. But if I'm taking a few losses here, because I try to take the counter trend every time, fail, I'm not focusing on the real in-trend trade, and I'm just wasting my time. And when the actual opportunity comes, which is still good, I will not take it because I already 1, 2 losses. Then this one comes and you say, no, it will go up. So that's not good. And not letting the trade 1 to real partials. This is the thing. Due to how I am being trading so far, with all the rejections at my entries, etc., I have started really entry here. Since I lost one immediately, let me take partials at 20 pips immediately. But my setup says that I have to take a 30. And this is just, look at the distance. It's just 2 pips, 4 pips. So I'm taking away from my system and taking partials at 20 pips when my full stop loss is 15 pips. So I lose, let's say, one lot here, 150 euros, dollars, and I take 0.5 here, 100 euro. So if the rest goes to break even, I have one loss, 150, and 100 euros. So I'm still losing as a risk to reward. If it went to 30 pips, it would be already matching up 150, 30 pips, 0.5, 150. So it is at least 1-to-1 with the opportunity of going with the other half of the position, huge profit at 45 pips. is that if I cut the wins and the stop loss is full, then I will not have a good risk to reward to trade. But let's see, I also have found some strength. And this one is like, for example, I am doing daily journals and recaps. As you can see here, every day I do the recaps either from just the trade standpoint, the trades that I take, and the opportunities that I missed, and the opportunities that I missed. And see, I did 9 out of 10 sessions, watch live, even doing full-time job. This was much of my fear, and that doing the job I will not be focusing the same, but that was not that much of a difference. And I managed to, okay, today I did my 2 hours of London session. So even if something happens when I'm at the gym, doesn't matter. I will go back for New York and I will take opportunities over there. So I don't have FOMO from these moves that I don't have, that I'm seeing, that I cannot take. Because, for example, London session yesterday was this crap. After, when I'm at the gym, price grabs liquidity and trend. I don't have any fear because I know that I will be back here doing New York and not take opportunities. But if instead I only did like 15 minutes of London and then no, nothing is happening, and let me go to the gym, and then something happens, then I feel bad because I said, okay, but I should have been in front of the chart. So when I'm in front of the chart, everything else is good. Every day I'm improving and I'm being mindful of yesterday's weaknesses and etc. For example, here I remember thinking, no, you don't have to take this trade because of this counter trend. Even this one is counter trend, this candle that I've been talking about, but I've been this gut feeling of double rejection on gold can give a spike of volume and volatility. I took here the confirm, was not lucky, but this is what it is, was not just not lucky. And yeah, seeing not here, saying no, wait for the confirms. And when the confirm comes, I have to enter. That's the problem. Sometimes I have the confirms here, I have the confirms, and I don't enter anyway. So that's bad. And last thing, I have the solutions. Of course, I have to think about the solutions of the weaknesses. Then to enter the first sign of trending, wait for the right confirm. I know what I want to wait is rejection, and here for this rejection, high risk, high reward is rejection, retest here, rejection, retest here, rejection, breakout, retest. That I know what I need. I just have to wait for it and enter. Gut feeling are very rational, but that's their strength. So maybe either go for it, like, this is risky, let me take like 0.1 instead of 0.2, just in case. But trust them. I also had some gut feelings of buy stops, buy limits, and I have to trust them in order to increase the confidence. Maybe with smaller lot size, so they don't affect me that much, but I want to take them. Missing opportunities, second guessing. The solution is to second guessing is to have a clear visualization of what might happen. And here I remember I was watching this candle and said, okay, if it closes with a nice body below the level, I enter. Okay, so I'm waiting for the last seconds and I'm ready to enter because I already have in my head all this happening. I know that if this one closes, it's my entry. Sometimes like the visualization is not good because it happens like this, high volatility, retest. This candle closes in not a perfect way. So it's not like I really trust it. It's not something that I visualized. I visualized maybe a top wick and then close it like this for me to enter. like here, top wick, and closing like this. If I visualize, then I can enter. Otherwise, when something is not as expected, I feel weird. This is still a bearish candle in a bearish trend, giving me a right opportunity to enter. So sometimes in the visualization, it's wrong because it doesn't allow you a clear thing. Yes, getting better already. This one, because for example, yesterday I took our first loss here, but when I saw that the candle closed as it was, I took another entry because it was another confirmation of rejection and possible continuation bearish. It went bearish, just bounced off this PSA. And this is it, guys, for the first week of trading. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next week.